I'm not gonna lie, I have a Rode mic that I could probably clip to my shirt or hold in my hand or somewhere, and I so I figured out how to use it with my laptop. So we're gonna keep just putting a mic right here. Hopefully that works for the time being. All right, so last video went through, built out the summaries. Now we're gonna do some work in the follow-ups. I'm really liking how it's feeling right now. Um, but yeah, we're gonna keep doing this for a second. Okay. See, I like the way they designed this right here. Um, so any of these things, uh, what I do need, follow. Hold on. I check this every day because I need to know how much time I have. So I have 8 days on the follow-ups page. You change the due date to the date the fall was created and make it so that follow-ups are listed in reverse chronological order so that the older follow-ups are at the top. Most recent ones are at the bottom. So the reason I want to do this is because if you think through like how a product is supposed to look for us, we know that if someone is running multiple doubles on DoubleMe, this will start to fill up very quickly. You might end up with like 100 follow-ups, depending on how many meetings you're having, with how many meetings your double is having, whether your double is for one company or multiple companies, or you have a different double for multiple companies. Like, this get really robust. So we don't want there to be some type of like hierarchy where you can set due dates, or even if they're automated, where you set due dates or you can set priorities. We essentially want it to be a waterfall so you can go through and quickly figure out where each thing is supposed to go, which we'll go into in a second after this. But in order to do that, we need to make sure that every single follow-up gets tackled, every single one. And maybe eventually your double will start to be able to take your follow-up. We might get to the point where you can delegate to a double or delegate to a different double. That would be interesting. But we're not quite there yet. So for the time being, we just need to make sure that um, that users have a really easy way to do this. So right now we're going to do that, and then you'll see. I'm okay with literally everything that happened here. I don't think we can change any of that stuff. Um, I'm gonna move this up because this is actually more pertinent for the structure. Triage, own, delegate, archive. Okay. Once a track block has been clicked, and the follow-up automatically moves into the archive area. Okay. That could be later. Okay. Here we go. So we just told to do that. I'm going to pull this up high. So we want to see, nope. I want to see how this person is going to design this. Okay, so I did that. Oh, follow-ups. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this smart complete is not going to be what we do. So probably drag. Okay, so on the follow-up page, I have an idea for how to do it. Boo, boo. So we're gonna move this over here. And then we're gonna have, instead of mark complete button, change put icons for triage, own, delegate, and archive. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to allow people to drag it, but also I'm going to create a new feature where you can just click a button and it'll automatically go to the place. I don't know why I just keep doing this. Oh, it's probably because I have this on. Can I turn this off? No, don't want that. Don't want that. How do I turn you off? Here? There we go. Own. Oh, it's not because of Grammarly. I don't quite understand why it's happening. Okay, so archive. Mark complete button. So what I essentially want is for right here, I want there to be small icons for each one of these things. And then go to the triage area. Okay, so I'm actually going to pull this back because I want to see how they're going to design this, because I could design it in a way I don't like, and I really like how it already looks. So let's see what happens. And then we're just going to add this here. Actually, I'll move this up. Oh, see, I already had it written. Gate. Or they can click of the. Oh, we don't need one for triage. For the user can shoot. I just told to add that, didn't I? Did I? Broken up. Here's on the follow-ups. they have items in them when a follow-up is moved into that area, then animate the motion. I did not put the icons in yet. We'll keep working here on that. For own, delegate, and archive. All follow-ups initially go to move items. One of the archive. So here again, I'm going to make it so that someone can drag it, or they could just click the button, and then we'll see. Roll that back. Shoot, what did I just write? Okay, cool. I'm gonna roll this back. That's not what I wanted to happen at all. On the follow-ups page, if the own, delegate, or are wow, I can't spell today. Have areas have 0 items in them, then the application should collapse those areas. Dude, I don't know what's going on my keyboard. Why is it doing that? So weird. So we got to get these small things right first. Mainly for one key reason. It doesn't matter if it's just for you, but if you ever want to commercialize something, you got to get the small things right. Because the standard of an MVP is going up, and it's going to continue to go up as more people get access to Cursor, Bolt, all these different tools. Huh. You didn't do it again, did you? Added auto rows min to prevent empty space and collapse section. Okay, so you got to like think through how some of these things will work. Okay, let's see. Okay, so look like 0 for now. Okay, I'll give it a break on that. It already moved. It already removed the mark complete over here, so we'll see what happens. And then we're gonna take this. This is you. This is mostly like UI work. I don't like that they're right there. Does anyone else? Does anyone like that they're right there? Would you go top right or bottom right? Because someone's gonna read across and they'll end up at the bottom of the each follow up is located in. All right, we're gonna test this out, see how it feels. I really like them at top, but I understand that's not how eye patterns work, especially in the US, where you're going from left to right and down the page, left to right, then down and left and right. It's moving more like a typewriter. When in reality, reading should be left to right, down, right to left, but that's not how we do things. Why would you do that? I need to move the, I need to move off of this. Move the icons about, let me say 50% closer together. Uh, all right, come on. I would like to move to the next thing, but I can't let that slide. It's just gross looking. I see what you got. Perfect. Moving on. Moving on. All right. And then we're gonna go. What happened? We're gonna do follow ups. It'll probably be called like follow ups detail modal, if I remember how. I've done enough projects where I can start to predict how, like, what they're gonna call these things. So we'll see. And that's the final touch. That's not even touching delegation. Delegation will be a different thing. Um, we're not gonna worry about premium users right now. Because if you really wanted to go further, you could start like delegating in Slack and things like that. But this is just an MVP. It's going to be I don't know what's happening there, but I know it probably has to do with, so it hard coded some things. Mm. It's because you can't drag them. Okay, how about this? 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 You remove the ability to drag items from triage to um, okay, I have some ideas. Move items from triage to other areas in the oops, but keep the ability to click the icons to move items from triage to other areas. All right, so in my brain, I'm thinking what should happen. How long is this video? All right, I'm getting into some UI things, um, because there's small things that I really think would really help, like the kind of like in some cases when you're trying to build a product, you're looking at how things look and how things feel, right? But you also need to look at when something is moving around, how that movement can inform the person. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that when an icon on the follow-ups page is clicked and a item moves from triage to another area, I'm either going to drop the icon of the area that it's in. Okay. Drop the drop. Take the icon that the item that represents, and I'm going to give an example of what I'm talking about, represents the area that it is in, but keep the other areas. But keep the other areas. So how I want to do this, because delegate is going to be okay. Okay, how about this? While an item is in triage, the checkbox is not visible. We're gonna start doing some more intensive product design stuff in triage on the follow ups page. Triage area. The checkbox is not visible. When the item moves to the own or delegate areas of the product, then the checkbox is visible. Remove when an item is in the own or when the item is in the own or delegate area. Own or delegate area, the checkbox appears to the left of the item. When the checkbox is checked, the item moves to the archive area of the follow-ups page. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna change some things, right? Because here, let's move that. We're gonna change some things because um, essentially what needs to happen is that I know on the delegate page when something lands from triage to delegate or from own to delegate, um, like you essentially need a way to click to move it into the other area. So if you take something on yourself, you're like, oh, I need to delegate it. Actually, click a button, it goes down delegate. Something is delegating, you're like, hey, I actually want to take this on. Click a button, move it to own. That's what we're gonna do. So we got rid of the checkbox right there. So we can click there. Yep, checkbox is back. Click the check. It now becomes archived. Cool. All right, I don't. That's gonna need to get animated to be a little bit smoother and cooler, but for now, we'll take it. On the follow-ups page, when okay, oh, come on, when an item is in the triage or sorry, in the own or delegate areas, there is no button to archive. Okay, so the trio of icons disappears, and where they were located is now different text. If the item is now in the own area, the text will say own, and there will be a button at the bottom right of the card that says delegate instead question mark. If the item is now in the area. Oh, here. Of the card, we'll say delegate to delegate. Because I think if it says ready to delegate, I think if we ever have a Slack integration, what'll happen is it'll say ready to delegate, and you click that button, and it'll like show like email or Slack. If you click email, it'll open up an email. If you click Slack, it'll open up Slack. So that's kind of how we want to do it. I wonder if I can do that right now. Is there a way? Oh, nope. Is there a way to code into a platform that when a button is clicked, specific text is automatically is clicked. Slack is automatically open to a new DM with specific text pulled in. Curious. Might not be possible. That'd be really cool. Shoot. Deep linking API. I was hoping it wouldn't be an API. same way you can have a tab automatically. So here I'm trying to just figure out if I could do this without. Oh, I can. But I don't know their Slack username, so it doesn't work. I mean, it could work if I had their Slack username, but I don't. All right, so shoot. All right, we're not going to do that. The text in top right of the card will say ready to delegate. And there will be a button at the bottom right. Let's make it consistent. Okay. We're almost done. We're just going to make these adjustments so that it looks right. And then, so I think we can go ahead and mark that as done. And then, not done yet. Then we could take on the delegation part. Click it. Okay, so the basic functions are now taken on. Okay, cool. Final thing. Ready? I just kind of thought of this. Uh, let's see if I can make sure. Okay. When a user hovers over the ready to delegate text in an item on the follow ups page, text should change to click to delegate. An item on the follow up page, the text should change to when the user this is where we bring in the delegate feature. That is why create a gem prompt framework doc. You already thought this through. You already know how the product should work. You're just trying to work with Bolt to get it to the final-ish state. This is an MVP after all. So you're basically texting, like writing out the text for an MVP, and then you're essentially like helping it understand how to build it. So this probably will not work in preview, but we're going to see. All right, let's see what happens when I hover over. Okay, it didn't work. Okay. Oh, it's not ready yet. Sometimes this takes a long time. That means it's not like pushed into even preview yet because it's still writing some stuff. So sometimes I'll do this. And then go there. And then boom. What are we talking about? And then you could just delegate to your team. All right, check that off. It's the end of this video, man. Let's go to calendar next. That was the easiest easiest one we've ever done. I'm not gonna lie.